I want to find out the whole vision behind Bright Horizons. I'm intrigued. And to me, from my angle, it looks as if it's like a family vision because I think your mom is involved too.
Wow.
I may be wrong, but you tell me.
Bright Horizons. Let me tell you how that came about. The name Bright Horizons was so many things. It's so many things. But when people look at their horizon, sometimes they get sad. Like, is this going to work for me? Like, Zora Neale Hurston has a book, Their Eyes Are Watching God, and in there she says, ships at a distance have all men's dreams on board. But we see our dreams at the horizon, but can we ever get to it? So it's like people have their dreams and they're working towards it and it feels elusive.
Right.
And so inside they get discouraged and they stop, they turn away from the horizon, walk away and think, okay, it's never happening. It's never going to happen for me. And sometimes, and my mom used to say, don't ever give up, because chances are the moment you give up was the moment it was coming your way. So just keep going. And that stuck with me. And I say, you know what? I have bright horizons. I'm looking at that horizon. It's going to come to me. I have bright horizons. So that term has been with me for quite some time. So you bring into your space and into your world who you are and the essence of who you are. Some people can't handle who we are. You know, sometimes we dim who we are just so we can fit in with everybody else. And when I was in high school, I was very quiet. I just dimmed who I was because I was shy. I was not comfortable or confident in myself. So I just kept everything really low. Like in Jamaica, it says small up yourself, just make yourself small. Right. I made myself really, really small. I just made myself small. And then over time, I recognize being small doesn't help anyone. It doesn't benefit anyone. When someone needs you and you have the capacity to give that word that will break their fetter, break their chain, give the word. Being small doesn't help. So I bring into everything I do who I am. And some people can't handle it. Some people say, oh, what's nothing? What's going on? Well, I can't help it. And I don't try to help it anymore. I just bring who I am. So I bring bright horizons everywhere. When I was doing my master's, I did my master's in management of educational programs. At the time, I had one son and he was about 4 or 6 months old when I started my program. And let me tell you another little private story here. I had postpartum depression when I had him. And I loved my child so much. And at the same time, I didn't want to be around him. It made me uncomfortable. And I think, oh my God, I was praying for this child for so long. But when I did my master's, I had to leave him because I did my work as a first grade teacher. So I did my master's at night. So somebody has to watch the baby.
Right.
So, and my husband's a pastor, so he's always at the church. So I had somebody watch the baby. And when I got home, it was all about him in my heart, but I didn't hold him a lot. I was depressed, and it was hard to navigate that space. But everything I planned was for him. So when I was doing my program on management of educational programs, I created a home school packet, and I called it Foundations. And I used that to help him read and write. And he was above his grade level by 1 year. So in whatever age he was working at the next grade level. I didn't do that on purpose, but that's what happened when I created the packet and I did it with my child. Now, my mom was a principal for a school in Montego Bay. And she was retiring.
Oh, okay.
She was retiring. And so everything was done. and she came up and helped me with my son. And she said, oh, it's a good packet. And I told her I made it. And she was like, this is so good. And she has a clinical eye. So what I thought I had was something for my son, Philip. But what she saw was a curriculum for a whole group of preschool students. Wow. And then she used it. To create a nice program for students in the basic school. Basic school would be like equivalent to
pre-K.
Right? Yes, pre-K to pre-K 3 or something, pre-K to 4 or 5. So that would be the age range. And she said, oh, this is so nice. What do you call it? And I told her, what are we going to call it? Let's call it Bright Horizons. And I just jumped and said, Bright Horizons. So she said, all right, I like the name. Let's go with it. And so she called her program, which became a school of 70 students.
Okay.
Using
I was trying to figure out how the spin was, but I wasn't so fascinated.
That's what happened. So it's just a home care packet. And in the United States, a lot of parents choose to keep their children at home.
Especially now.
Exactly. And then when it's time for exams, they have to go into a school building that they're zoned for, but they're really homeschool students. So the homeschool students have their own homeschool packet. So I thought, okay, I'm going to homeschool my child when God blesses me and I don't have to go to work. And eventually he was almost 2 before I got over that depression. It was a long time. I started therapy when he was 15 months old. That's when I got a name for how I was feeling. Like, I didn't know what was going on. How do I not want to be with this child? I prayed for him. What is going on? And it was 15 months old when it was diagnosed. It's like, oh, okay, I get it now. I worked my way through, and that's homeschool packet that was designed just for my little boy.
Right, became a curriculum.
Yeah.
Awesome. So is it
that right? I give too many stories. I need to
no, you're fine. There's so many gems, so many bars. I'm like, brr, you just bar. It's good. It's been good. This is good. You're fine. Awesome. So I was just gonna ask you that. So the curriculum is only for homeschool, or you actually have it in a structure? Is Bright Horizon also a structured school? Because in my mind, I couldn't wrap my mind around what it was or what was happening.
Got it. So Bright Horizons is a structured school building in Montego Bay for students 0 to 5. So that is Bright Horizons Early Childhood Institution.
Okay.
No, because Bright Horizons is everything to me. And that story of ships at a distance having all men's dreams on board and people turning away in disbelief and in disappointment. But I'm saying to myself, I have so everything I do is Bright Horizons. There is a Bright Horizon educational consultant. I am the educational consultant. I work with churches and I work with schools. So I write the curriculum for my county. I write the curriculum for 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. That's what they hire me to do, to write the curriculum. And now in Florida, we have brand new curriculum coming up. So this summer, I have to write a new curriculum for 10, 11, and 12th grade. My company is called Bright Horizons Educational Consulting.
Okay.
But I also
just have different arms to it.
Yes, and everything is called Bright
Horizons.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, so it's an LLC for profit, and
awesome, Tiffany.
Yeah.
Let's drink to that.
Let's drink to
Bright
that.
Horizon.
I'm drinking cranberry juice, everybody.
Well, everybody know what mine is. Orange juice. I like that. Oh my God, that's awesome. So do you have like an online, like someone watching maybe would want to tap in for their child, and not in Florida, not in Montego Bay? Is there a component a person can tap in and sign on or join or whatever the case is?
That's a very good question. Right now, I help students who are working on writing. So any middle school or high school student working on writing, they go to Bright Horizons Educational Consultations.com.
Mm-hmm.
And I can give you the website.
Right, yeah, man. It will be in the description, everything.
In the description. So then you click on parent resources. So you want to work with your child and he or she is struggling with writing. That's what we offer right now. In next year, we're going to add the math component because my husband is a math teacher and I told him the district numbers for math is very low and your scores are so high. We don't work in the same district. We work in 2 different districts, but I'm letting him know you have the goods and I would like to start working on that so we can offer it as well. But I'm a literature teacher. I teach writing, I teach analyzing, I teach that's my field. But in the future, it will have math as well.
Right. Also, so it's like a duo, a dynamic duo.
Yes. It is. My husband.
But that's what you guys are, period.
I know, right? Yeah.
Big up yourself, Pastor McBean.
Look at my sister over there.
I had to do that. Oh my goodness. Awesome. This is so fun.